What up, bros? Welcome back to Throwin Hands. It's me. It's Jarrett. Yes, I had my hair up. I finally did it. See,
Oh,
I did it.
I
I
like
did
it.
it. I know it's crazy, but Jarrett, I think you agree with me. We're literally just talking about the second to go off camera. Um, this card is not great, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So we'll start right with Jim Miller and Alexander Hernandez. Um, so Alexander Hernandez is coming back up from featherweight. He said he had ED when he dropped down to featherweight. I don't know if you saw that. Guys, that's what weight cutting does to you if you do it too much, I guess. So don't cut weight. But Jim Miller's the vet, man. This is we got something. And then Alexander Hernandez, he was pretty highly touted when he came in, but he really hasn't bloomed yet in the UFC, but he still has time. He's still pretty young. What do you think about this one, man?
Yeah, honestly, I just want to give Hernandez the edge just because of that comment that that cracked me up today. Uh, but like you said, it's one to look forward to. But yeah, I think honestly for the memes, I am going to give the edge to Hernandez in this one to start the night. I'm cheering for him now, and that's who I want to win in this matchup.
All right. I favor the grappling of Jim Miller a lot in this one. So I'm gonna give Jim Miller, but anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's fighting. Um William Knight versus Marcin Prachnio. Um William Knight's a big dude. He's a large man. He's 5'10", and he I don't know how he gets down to 205, but props to him. Marcin Prachnio, he's been all right, but I got William Knight go boom. I think he gets the
Yeah,
job done.
yeah, that's who. I mean, his last win was over Alonzo Menefield. If you watch the fight card this weekend, that gives you just a little bit of a taste of how this guy is on stand up. Prochnio is a little bit more of like a technical fighter. He has a lot of accolades in karate, I believe. He has some pretty high talented losses, Ankalaev and Sam Alvey. I mean, he has a unanimous decision over Khalil Roundtree. But I think Knight has a lot more power than him on the feet. I think that's going to do a lot of good for him. And also, it looks like Knight's been competing in some grappling, working on his ground game a little bit. So I'm gonna most likely say that Knight's gonna win this one by unanimous decision. Although it wouldn't surprise me if he gets the knockout in it.
Yeah, I think if Prochnio pricks and prods on the
Mm.
outside, I think he'll win the fight, but I don't think William Knight's going to let that happen. Um, Jamal Pogues versus Josh Friesen. Pogues making his UFC debut at 9-3 at heavyweight. Not too bad of a record coming in, especially at heavyweight. These guys clearly like to swing and bang, the both of them. So
Mm.
uh I have to go with the vet here, Josh Parisian, but it's heavyweight, man. Anything can
Yeah,
happen. Anything can happen.
yeah. I I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I think if it goes the distance, I kind of want to favor Pogues. I think he has a little bit more talent, a little bit younger, but to be honest, I just don't see him getting it done here. I think Parisian, like you said, he's the vet, has a lot more experience. This is Pogue's debut. This is a guy who they really want to build up at heavyweight, and quite honestly, I don't really understand why. He's not too much of a finisher. Um, from what we've seen before, he's not too much of a finisher. Slight favorite, but I just can't really agree with that, and I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to give it to Parisian by decision. I think he gets it done by decision or knockout. I just don't see it going Pogue's way.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he proves us wrong. I hope he shows he's a guy to watch out for, but I think Parisian gets the dub here. This is a it disappointing co-main. I mean, I love Jordan Wright. He's actually one of my favorite fighters because he always brings the action. But man, we couldn't move Jim Miller up to co-main. No
Yeah.
Jim Miller or OSP who's fighting on the prelims
Yeah.
somehow. Shout out OSP. But anyway, before we get into that, another fight to look at: Lena Landsberg versus Myra Breno Silva. Jamal Emmers too. Lots of good stuff. But against Jordan Wright's going up against Zach Pauga. Here's my thing: if Jordan Wright would use some head movement, he'd be a great great fighter. He just does not move his head, and he's gotten knocked out in some of his fights.
Mhm.
Um, that being said, I do think he'll get the fight. He's a very technical striker, and it's just a decent matchup for him. And Wright also has some pretty decent grappling. It's underrated. I'm not saying it's great or anything, but
Yeah,
he gets the job done on a lot of occasions.
yeah. I'm gonna actually kind of differ from you on this one. I'm gonna go Paga. He's coming off that loss in the Ultimate Fighter finale to Usman. Got absolutely put out. So he hadn't been put out before that, I believe. But looking at his stats earlier, but so that might have a little bit going for Wright in that sense where he just got put out, like and it wasn't too long ago. But he hadn't lost before that Ultimate Fighter fight. Yeah, I had that down. He was undefeated until that last loss to Usman. Not only was that his first loss, he also went up in weight for that. Even though Usman looked a lot bigger, but they weighed in very similar. So I don't understand uh, why he had to go up to heavyweight for that. But I'm gonna have to go with Paga for this one. I think he gets his first UFC win. I think he gets it done by knockout. Wright's been out of his last three fights very quickly. Uh, Last fight was a round two. He got finished in round two. Before that, it was two fights going out in round one. Then he beat Jamie Pickett, and then before that, he lost to uh the guy who just lost to
Joaquin Buckley.
Joaquin Buckley. Yeah, there you go. But I think Paga gets this one done, most likely by KO.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I gotta admit, I am actually pretty amped for this main event. I think it's a great main event. Two
Yeah,
women that always bring the action. Jessica Andrade, a savage in her own right. And Erin Blanchfield, a young savage coming up into the rankings. She will probably be champion one day. Um, you can count me on that. But this is I don't think this matchup favors her as well as it does against Santos, because Jessica Andrade right hand go boom. I don't know if Blanchfield's felt power like that before,
yeah,
and then Jessica Andrade is also pretty decent on the ground,
yeah,
but Blanchfield's just always my bad. It's just always game.
yeah.
So I'm interested to see how this one goes.
Yeah, I this is gonna be extremely close for me. Honestly, I think this is a very, very tough matchup for Aaron. Honestly, I think it's gonna be extremely close on their feet. I agree with you. Andrade has more power, but I think what separates the difference is I think Andrade does have that black belt in jiu-jitsu. I think she's gonna be able to hang on the ground, kind of take out that what do you want to call it? Like that X factor for Aaron. Um, Jessica really eliminates that. I don't think it's really a factor in this fight. I think it's going to go the distance. I really think it does. If it is a finish, I think Andrade is going to put her out. If it does, but I'm going to actually give this one to Jessica Andrade by decision, even though I do not want that to happen.
Yeah, I think Andrade does win this by decision. Unfortunately, I mean it's not the end of Blanchfield by any means. I think a loss, if she does lose, will be the best thing for her.
Hmm.
Legitimately, she'll realize, okay, this is the level I have to get to, and then she'll be back. She'll be back up. She'll be in there in no time, man. She'll probably challenge for a title next year, I think.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put it past Blanchfield to get the job done.
Yeah.
Um, she's that good, guys. I really do think so. So this is an entertaining matchup. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on Andrade by decision too, man. I think that's a pretty safe bet if you're a better. But Blanchfield, watch out for her, guys. Let's head over to some news. Pretty quiet. I mean, this is our second in 48 hours, so it's just meh. There's not much going on. Uh, One thing, Jones, the Jones Gone trailer came out. I am excited. I am amped.
Very exciting.
17 days from the time of this recording. Can't come soon enough. I wish I could wake up and it's March 4th.
Yeah.
So ugh, I can't
Absolutely.
wait.
I get John Jones and Bo Nickel in the same night.
Oh, man, who would have thought? Yeah. Oh, speaking of Bo Nickel, he just got sponsored by Better, Jake Paul's betting app.
I did not see that. That's oh, hopefully
He-
not a what's it called, not like a jinx or anything.
yeah, I hope not. Um. Oh, someone made the point about Islam's IV. It was probably a blood test by Australian Commissioner USADA. Checks out, guys. Um, that's what the mark was. Not the best lobotomist, it looks like, because it looked pretty bruised. However, I'd bet a lot of money that's what it was. Quit
Yeah,
saying he's cheating. Stop it. Stop it.
I saw.
uh,
I thought it was weird. I kind of saw a lot of stuff. Like Alex is starting to do some interviews and stuff, and his attitude towards the fight has kind of changed in the last, like you said, 48 hours since the last episode. Last episode, we were talking like Volk was really just taking it on the chin, like, oh, I need to get better. Like now, the last two interviews that I've seen, he's like taking shots at Islam and stuff. And I'm like, you could also write that off of, hey, he's really starting to sell the rematch,
yeah, that's what I think it is.
But
Just
I,
sell it. They
but
need to make it immediately.
yeah.
Immediately. Let Yair defend the interim title. Just
And he said he's okay with that. Oh, give, like you said, give Yair the winner of Holloway and um what's the name? Arnold Allen, and let Volk finish that.
um referees and judges have been assigned for the two title fights coming up. Um John Jones is, I think, Mark Goddard is serving as the ref for Jones Gone. Great choice. And then the judge will be Mike Bell, Sal D'Amato, Ron McCarthy, and for the Shevchenko fight, Herzog will be in there. Can't get any better than that. And the judge will be Derek Cleary, Derek Cleary, Chris Lee, and Ben Cartledge. So there you go. Oh man. All right. UFC flyweight Carlos Mota suspended 2 years.
Mm.
After testing positive for banned substance in debut fight. That banned substance was meldonium, which I forget what it does. Let me look it up, but man, he tested positive for it in his debut. And it's like, dude, man, I don't like, why would you throw something like that away?
Yeah, I don't get that. That's that's some crazy stuff.
I mean, I have talked to the guy before. He's a good guy, but it's like, it's just a lapse of judgment, man.
Yeah.
So it has been shown to have beneficial effects in cardiovascular, neurological, and metabolic diseases. So maybe trying to get a cardio advantage, like, but dude, come on, just hit the treadmill a little longer.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
I don't let cheaters slide. They're cheaters.
Yeah.
Like, stop. um, Trying to see what else. Bellator's going to Hawaii. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Mateusz Gamrot versus Jalen Turner at 285.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. That's a
Yeah.
banger of a fight.
Yeah. I think that fight got better. Honestly,
Yes.
that fight definitely got better.
As much as I love Dan Hooker, this is a banger of a fight. Absolute.
Getting that,
I'm interested to see how Jalen Turner will deal with the ground game of Gamrot. That's why I'm interested to see a lot.
yeah.
Like, Turner's such a long dude that'll be tough.
Mm.
Yeah, man, one more thing. Two more. Mike Perry, Chad Mendes, Ben Rothwell to return for BKFC April 29th. Gotta
Oh,
love Mike Perry. Gotta
yeah.
love Mike Perry. Although he has done some horrible things. That he is impeccable on the mic sometimes. But okay, this is the last thing. I think this is a discussion. World Boxing WBC president guarantees Jake Paul will be ranked with a win over Tommy Fury. A ranked Tommy Fury. I'm not saying Tommy Fury's a bum, but he's not a ranked fighter. Why would you
Yeah,
give him a
not even
rank?
ranked. How are you gonna say that? Like, I'll
You know,
take.
at this point, here's what they need to do. Jake Paul says he's a world champion. So one of these world champions is going to step up at cruiserweight and be like, you know what, bring him on, see what he says, and then he's going to get sparked. Jake Paul, he doesn't know what he's getting into. I think Tommy Fury might destroy him.
If he shows up though, I mean
Yeah, if he
that's
shows
always
up. Do you know who will fight him if he doesn't show up?
fun to Mike Perry.
Platinum Mike
Wow.
Perry. Dude, I would buy that. If Tommy Fury
Yeah,
doesn't show up, I would buy Mike Perry versus Jake Paul because I think Mike Perry would go in there guns blazing and just light him up.
that's a great step in, great backup.
It's kind of more intriguing than the
Yeah,
Tommy Fury fight.
yeah,
But if Tommy Fury does step in the ring, I think he'll spark Jake Paul.
so, yeah. That's what I'm hoping to happen. But I don't know. I've been hoping for that to happen for the last however many years this crap has been going on. So
Yeah, well, let's look at who he's fought. So Nate Robinson joke. Ben Askren, if you put him in an MMA cage, Ben Askren's gonna do what he did to Koreshkov and chant USA from the back. We all know that's exactly what would happen. But you put in T Wood, right, who only has the overhand right and is so scared to pull the trigger. But when he pulls the trigger, great things happen. He pulled it once, and great things did happen. And then he fought Anderson Silva, who was pretty much 50 years old.
yeah,
And Anderson Silva, if he just kept up the pace, he would have won the fight. But Anderson Silva will Anderson Silva and get cocky. And he lost the fight. But Tommy Fury should destroy him.
yeah. I hope so. I hope so. But it's just I don't know. Every time I hear about a new fight or hear news about him, I'm just like, dude, this is the same dude who made that Team 10 music video like 7 years ago. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like that
Disney
guy,
Channel.
that guy knocked out Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley. Like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
I
I
can't
don't
take.
know. But a
Can't.
ranking, come on.
I mean, listen. The only good thing that can come out of it is if he gets ranked, he will be fighting boxers that are his age and actual boxers. So we're gonna see him finally get lit up for sure. And it won't be oh this guy is old. Like yes, he's a fighter, but he's old. It's not his sport. Like no, it's gonna be like no, he's fighting an actual ranked boxer. Like it's finally gonna be over. But who knows?
Who knows?
Who
We'll
knows?
see.
People like
I'm done
that.
talking about
Yeah,
it.
people like that find a way to keep on rolling along.
They'll find a way. But
Yeah,
Jarrett, do you have anything else before we sign off?
I do not. I do
I
not.
don't either. So when we get back, we'll review this card. I'll give you a preview next few episodes. We'll review this Andrade versus Blanchfield. Then we'll preview Krylov versus Span, and then we'll review Krylov versus Span, and then what will come out March 3rd or March 2nd, one of those 2 dates, the preview of Jones versus Gaunt. We're that close, guys. We're that close. Keep that in mind. The poster looks great. It's simple. It's all it needs. But anyway, that'll do it for this episode of Throwin Hands. We'll see you guys next time.